Did you find Anna, boss?
Yeah, she was exactly where I knew she would be, at General Hospital. She was waiting for Olivia to come up for surgery.
Oh, boy, this is like a horror movie, this woman coming back into your lives. No wonder Anna's a little crazy.
I know.
How'd the surgery go?
Well, they removed a bullet from close to her spinal column. Unfortunately, she survived the surgery. The only good thing is she may not come out of the coma.
What did you just say? My name is Olivia Jerome. You know where you are? Hospital? Look at me. You know who I am? Do you know who I am? Should I know you? Yeah, you should know me. I'm Anna Lavery, and you know me very well. No. I never saw you before.
You know, I figure if I hang on to this for a bit longer, I can cop a few more minutes in bed. It's some sort of a dream, right?
No, I'm not a dream. I'm really here.
I should have known something. I don't go with miracles very well, and the same thing applies to ghosts. What are you?
I'm not a ghost.
A miracle, right? Oh, I've never met one.
Oh, I've never seen anyone so happy to get off work.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love my lab, but I'm hoping for a little different type of chemistry, you know what I mean? Bobby, hey, do me a favor. Just have an incredible evening.
Well, thank you.
Bye.
You too.
Well.
Hi. What's the latest on Lydia St. John or Jerome or however she's checked in these days?
Well, the last I heard, Miss Jerome was still unconscious after surgery.
Not good.
Yeah. Well, maybe she's come around by now. Anna Lavery was in a while ago, and I think she's still in there with her now.
Anna Lavery is with Olivia alone?
Well, yes, doctor. I didn't get any orders to contradict that.
Olivia. No, you're awake, Olivia. Come on. You remember me. You remember the things that you did to me, don't you?
Anna, what's going on here?
I know you do.
Anna,
she's conscious. She's lying to you.
How do you know?
Because she just looked straight at me and she spoke to me.
Are you sure of that?
I wouldn't make it up. She just looked right at me.
What did she say?
I asked her if she knew who she was, and she said that her name was Olivia Jerome. I mean, she looked straight at me, she opened her eyes, and she spoke.
Tom.
Okay, we'll let Harrison Davis examine her. Look, Anna, we appreciate you letting us know this, but you're going to have to leave. The patient is still unconscious.
You don't get it. She's conscious. She's lying to you all. Don't you see
Anna,
that?
come with me.
She's trying... Look, she tricked me. She's tricking
Anna, listen
you.
to me. I understand how upset you are, but I'm serious about you having to leave.
No.
I don't want her hearing any of this if she's conscious on any level.
Look, come on. Don't you think I have a right to know what she's doing?
Will you listen to me for a minute and believe that I'm trying to protect you?
You can't protect me from her. Don't you understand
Anna,
that?
don't you remember what you said on the witness stand during your trial? Do you remember what you said?
No, I didn't. I said a lot of things.
Among them that you wanted to kill Olivia St. John. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Now, the woman just survived radical surgery. Medically, her life is hanging on by a thread. If that thread snaps and you've been disturbing her, you could go on trial again.
Oh.
Only this time it wouldn't be for attempted murder. It would be for murder itself. Anna, do you understand?
What's happening to me, Tom?
You think the nightmare is starting all over again?
Yeah, I do.
That's the kind of emotional involvement that could make you believe that you'd seen her open her eyes.
I did. I saw her. She looked straight at me. She grabbed my arm. I said, do you know where you are? She said she thought she was in some hospital. And do you know who I am? I said. She said she didn't remember. And then she seemed to go back to sleep again.
Anna, I want to believe you, but under the circumstances...
No, I'm telling the truth. I am. You have to believe me.
I'm convinced that you believe that, Anna.
No,
I'm totally
Bobby, you believe me, don't you? Please, I saw her. She looked straight at me, Bobby.
Anna, look, you're very upset.
No, don't. I'm not upset.
Anna, you've been under a lot of anguish for tonight. Why don't you let me drive you home? All right?
No, I can do it. Tom, I can get home myself. I'm going to Duke's.
Okay, if you'll be all right, fine.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Take care.
Yeah.
Tom, I don't see any signs of consciousness. Is Anna absolutely sure that's
Bobby,
what
she saw something.
Okay, fine. Well, let's call Duke and get him over here. Let's get Harrison Davis over here, too. I'll check with the switchboard, find out where he is.
No, don't bother the switchboard. One call should get them both over here.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I was having dinner with Simone, and she got a call that her late date was coming to join her.
Oh, come on. That must be a mistake. I don't believe Simone would do that.
I don't want to believe it either, but Harrison Davis is at Duke's with Simone this very minute.
Tom, wait a minute. Tom.
I don't know why I ever wanted to lead. I mean, I love it when you drive.
You're a pretty sensational dancer, Dr. Joe.
Well, thank you. You know, flattery will get you everywhere.
Oh, I think I've got you where I want you then.
Not yet.
I didn't think you would wait for me.
I almost left. A couple times.
Why would you leave?
I really don't want to talk about it. How was surgery?
You sit down.
Please.
Thank you.
Did that woman survive?
You know, for such an attractive woman, she certainly made a lot of friends. Does anybody besides me want her to live?
She did a lot of evil things.
Well, her morality isn't my problem. Tell you what, though, it was the toughest surgery I've ever done. There was scar tissue lodged behind the bullet. It was tough and long, but she survived.
Harrison, operating on a woman whom everyone either fears or hates, and you have her life in your hands, how does that feel to you?
Just like any other surgery. And do you know how much longer I want to sit here and talk about medicine and ethics? That long. Look, I came here to talk about a long, beautiful life that lies ahead of me with you.
Maybe you want a drink?
Excuse me, Dr. Davis. There was Bobby Meyer just called from General Hospital. She'd like you to go there immediately. Excuse me.
Thank you. Tom, he wouldn't be setting me up now, would he?
Oh, come on. That's a terrible thing to say.
I'm sorry. Wait for me.
I don't think that's a very good idea. I've got friends here.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, then. I'll meet you at your apartment.
Harrison, please.
I got your message. What's happening?
Well, according to a visitor, Olivia woke up about an hour or so ago and spoke.
Who was the visitor?
Anna Lavery.
She was your source of information? I do not believe the staff at this hospital, Bobby. Does the phrase established medical procedures have any meaning to you?
Anna Lavery is a dependable, professional law officer.
She is not a qualified medical observer. I do not believe you would call me down here on some harebrained observation from a totally unauthorized, non-medical visitor.
You don't have to be a brain surgeon to know if somebody opened up their eyes and spoke to you. Look, doctor, if anybody has an interest in what is going to happen to Olivia, it's Anna Lavery, and I believe her.
Well, terrific. If you're so damn sure that she's going to regain consciousness, you can sit here and wait for her to talk about it. And don't call me unless she's ready to tell me her life story.
I thought you'd never get here.
Hi. Well, I had some things to do, you know.
Why did you stay around the hospital? I don't understand.
Because I had to make sure for myself that she's not going to do anything to us again.
Oh, she's in a coma, isn't she?
No, she's not. She stared right at me. She opened her eyes and she looked at me.
Oh, come on, Anna. Don't tell me that.
She opened her eyes, she said her name, and God knows what else she's going to do to us now.
I don't believe that.
It's true.
Did she recognize you?
No. I don't know. I mean, she said she didn't. She said she realized she was in a hospital or whatever. Then she just lapsed back into that coma or whatever it is.
Let's get out of here. Angel,
Hi, Angel.
Lavery?
Hi.
take over here. I'm going to take Anna home. Come on.
All right, you got it. Duke, Anna, listen, good evening. Have you seen Dr. Walt Benson around here? I've got a message for him.
He's over at the bar. He's waiting for Dave.
Oh, I have a feeling he's going to be waiting a lot longer.
Did you find out anything about Devane?
Yeah, we found him, picked him up, and now all of a sudden, Robert's playing some sort of a game.
What do you mean?
Well, he wants us to stall in the booking and the paperwork. Doesn't want to come down and question him until tomorrow morning? I don't know what the problem is.
I think I do.
Oh, really? How about explaining it to me? I mean, I got a couple of officers who really busted their butts getting this guy in here, and all of a sudden they don't know what the problem is, what the hurry was.
He just feels guilty about letting Catherine leave the concert that night. You know that.
Oh, sure, I understand that.
Well, when he has the murderer in custody, he's going to feel better.
Well, why doesn't he just get on with it?
I don't know. I mean, he was falling in love with the girl. Can you imagine how he feels now?
Call the pharmacy. Dr. Lee Fleming, call the pharmacy. I'm not even going to ask if you're okay.
Good idea.
Why are you still here? You sick of the wallpaper in your room? Or you need somebody to talk to?
Both of the above will do. Actually, I was thinking about Olivia St. John and wondering if she had really regained consciousness
Or if it was Anna Lavery's imagination.
No, I didn't say that. There could be some neurological explanation we don't understand.
Oh, well, tell that to Dr. Davis. Do you know the man jumped all over me for calling him in to examine Olivia on the say-so of a non-medical visitor?
And what would he have said if you wouldn't have called him in?
I don't know.
I don't even like talking about that guy. I'm worried about Anna Lavery.
I think Anna will be okay. I mean, I know it's been a shock for her to have Olivia come back into her life, but Shinduke will handle it. Listen, Doctor. Can we talk about your situation for a minute?
What's there to talk about? Simone's so-called date with Harrison Davis says it all.
Tom, you don't have all of the information.
Come on, she was out to dinner with me. She got a phone call. He was coming over to meet her. I mean, he's out of surgery.
Well, it was his idea, not hers.
Well, why didn't she tell him to buzz the hell off?
Well, I think in her own way she did. Look, Tom, I was there when Harrison was pushing Simone to go out with him.
The nerve of that guy. I can't believe him.
She's nice and she's polite and she was doing her best to say no. And that's probably the reason why he pretends not to get her message. But he kept insisting that he had a right to equal time.
Let me ask you something. Would I get in a lot of trouble if I punched him out?
Probably, for sure. Look, Tom, really, she was doing everything she could to say no. And anybody else would take it as no. And then this emergency phone call came through about Olivia. She didn't have a chance to finish. And I'm sure, with his arrogance, it never occurred to him that Simone would not like to spend the evening with him.
You know, I kind of have the feeling you feel the same way about Harrison Davis I do.
After going through a surgery with him, I feel more like a floor mop than a scrub nurse. But never mind that. I am really furious with him for daring to interfere with your marriage.
You know, it's not 100% his fault. We do live in your house, and you know what's been going on.
Well, it's never 100% anybody's fault. The point is you and Simone are married, and you belong together.
I wish I'd known all this before I chopped her head off at Duke's. I mean, I just left her there. I walked out on her.
She's probably home by now. You know how it is when your heart is breaking? You're sitting and you're staring at the phone, waiting for it to ring.
Yeah, I know. You think she'll forgive me?
The summer come after spring. Get out of here.
I'm out of here.
Well, I'm gonna miss Robin's bright little face in the morning around here, but one thing, though, this will give us an extra couple of hours in bed. We could use it, I believe, don't you think?
Yeah. Don't.
Would I be optimistic, Anna?
Do you believe me?
Yeah?
No, you don't. You think I'm making it up, don't you?
No, of course I do. I'm on your side, of course.
All right, do you
believe
believe that she opened her eyes, she looked at me, she said her name? Do you believe that?
Yeah, I believe it.
So what are we going to do about it?
And what do we have to do about it? The woman is sick. She's in a coma. There's nothing
She's
we have
not in a coma. She's awake. She's as awake as you or I, and she's going to do exactly what she tried to do before. Destroy this family and anybody else that gets in her way.
Oh, listen, Anna, we both know what she did to us before. We lost a child because of her, but we survived.
But that's all we did. We survived.
I feel awful about this.
Well, what are we going to do?
We both know what she's capable of. She won't get anywhere near you nor Robin as long as I'm alive. I promise. Have I told you today that I love you?
No, not today.
I love you. Let's go to bed.
be back.
Tom,
Hi, Bobby.
I thought you would have found Simone by now.
Well, there was no answer at her place, so she must not be home yet.
Oh. Well, maybe she unplugged the phone. I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Easy way to find out. Go knock on her door. Your door.
Well, that occurred to me, but I canceled the idea as soon as it did. You see, it would only look as if I'm checking up on her, and she needs that.
Or that you needed her very badly tonight.
She already knows that.
Tom, how do you know she knows what's going on in your mind? Come on. After the pressure I saw Harrison Davis applying tonight, if I were you, I wouldn't waste any time.
I'm not wasting any time, but there is such a thing as being too eager, pushing too hard.
Oh, don't tell me you're going to force her to come to you.
No, I'm not going to play any more games. I'm going to tell Simone in the morning that I want her back. And I want Harrison Davis out of our lives forever.
Who are you?
Federal Marshal. This the Lavery residence?
Yeah?
Summons for Duke Lavery.
What are you doing here now? Why don't you tell me in the morning, couldn't you?
Just came in.
What the hell is this? I can't do this. I can't go to New York tomorrow to give deposition against the Jerome guy. I'm sorry, you can't expect me to pack up and go to that.
Everybody says that. It's a federal court. If you don't come, we'll come get you. I understand you're the key witness that can put the Jeromes and the Carters behind bars. Look at it as a public service. Have a nice night.
You can't go now. Not with Olivia back, you can't.
I've no choice, Anna.
Oh, it's all starting again, isn't it? I can't stand it.
No, it's not. It's not starting again. It's finished. It's finished.